Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of the app breakdown. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a workout app called a Ladder. This is basically one of the main competitors of the Apple Fitness Plus of the world and of personal trainers themselves. You're going to see that by the pricing itself. But Ladder is an app that is very well talked about in the fitness world. They have millions of users, I believe, or at least hundreds of thousands, and they are very content focused. We're going to be taking a look at that and just have a very clean UI in general. So I've never been a user myself, but I've downloaded it for research purposes in the past. So let's go into Ladder.
Hey, welcome to Ladder.
And as we open the app here, you notice that the first thing they show you is a video of people talking. So Ladder is not about tooltips and tutorials and all of these kinds of things. It's just personal trainers speaking with you through video. So this is not the kind of app that you can use like just on a whim without being able to listen to it, because if you actually want to understand, you just have to go through it. And yes, this is a bold assumption by Ladder that you want to even listen to this, but it's also very segmented, because if you don't want to listen to this, then you will not be interested in the content that they have inside of the app itself. Therefore, you're not the target audience. So let's go ahead and just skip the tutorial here. They have an Insta story style UI at the top. I'm guessing you can go back and forth. Oh, you actually can't. It just mutes and unmutes, but it's basically explaining the team. So let's hit skip. Let's find the team for you. Get started. So onboarding style, what do I want to do? I want to do bodybuilding, Pilates, and let's do running. Okay, equipment. So this is basically how they're gonna tailor the things they show to me. I have dumbbells, jump rope, and kettlebells. Ideal workout length, 45 minutes. And the coach, so male. So we're gonna apply the filters. And now basically we have a selection of teams to choose from. And here, the team is basically your personal trainer. Like, who are you going to be training with and what are you going to be training? So let's click here, for example, on Maximus, learn more. There's a whole video here that is loading very slowly. I'm going to come back when it loads. Oh, there you go. Of the coach just explaining himself. We have the skill level, some nice information architecture here, length, workout splits, and then basically the videos of each of the things he's going to teach. And then at the bottom, recommendation. So one of the things you notice right away is all of the images, all of the videos have clearly been recorded by Ladder themselves. It's not outsourced, or it's not basically done in different ways. They have a very cohesive image, and it's because content is part of the design of the app. So when your app is 90% video, and 90% is obviously a fake number, but when your app has a lot of video is part of the design. Therefore, it is also the job of the people in charge of the product to guarantee the quality of the videos. It's not enough to just do pretty buttons and pretty whatever, and then slap shitty videos on top of it and call it a day. Like, this would not look as good as it does. And you see even the lighting of the videos and the kinds of basically aesthetics that they have on the videos match the UI. It's a very nice touch. So let's click try Maximus. He's going to be our coach for this video. We get dropped here on the homepage. Okay, so what do we have? Overall, very duotone design, or dual color design. We have a ladder on top. This is good for screenshots, because for example, if I ever share a screenshot from Ladder, everyone's going to see it. It's there on the top left. On the top right, we have a button to check my profile. Okay, we're going to come into this later. Then we have subscribe now, rewards, profile, journal. Okay, this is basically like a sub menu. Yep, and it just opens different tabs or different modals. Okay, let's go into that later also. Keep checking the homepage. Here, I believe these are other users. So double tap the avatar to send a cheers. Let's send a cheers to this guy here. Okay, cheer on teammates, and it asks me for notifications. This is a great place to ask notifications with context. So basically you just send someone a cheers, you want to know when they send it to you, so you need notifications. And of course, you're going to give them notifications to know when other people are cheering for you. So in this case, I'm going to dismiss it for the video, but you see the point. And I'm guessing, oh, actually to send more cheers, even to send more cheers, I need to activate notifications. So let's turn them on and try to do it now. Yep, okay, now it works. Beautiful. And it's interesting that by selecting a team, you see everyone that's on the team right now. And on the homepage, you have a way to activate them. So this leads me into a bit of a tangent here, but this is a great way to activate dormant or otherwise not extremely active users. Because for example, I have no idea who these 4 people are that I just sent cheers to. Only thing I know is that they're on my team, whatever that means. But they have just gotten a notification from the app that someone inside the app cheered for them. It's almost the best type of re-engagement notification you can get. And I don't know what kind of filtering and ordering Ladder does on the top here, but it's very easy to imagine that, let's say your analytics say that if a person spends 3 days without opening the app, they will never come back. So if a person is on their 2nd day of not opening the app, you can push them on top of the section for other users and therefore be activated by other users. And so you would activate a good portion of these people who have been dormant for 2 days, therefore bringing them back into the app and increasing your overall retention. You can even do darker things like fake profiles, etc. I have no idea if Ladder does that or I'm not endorsing it, but it's one way to go about things. So, and then here we have welcome to workout. And I see that this is a sliding animation. Welcome workout, welcome workout. Wait, so do we have like all of these welcome workouts? Let's hit preview on this one. So preview, dumbbells. Again, we have the video on top. It's a bit weird that they choose to show the UI of the video, the pause, the replay, and the unmute. I would put those elsewhere so that they're not blocking the view. We see that we need dumbbells. Then we have the primary action, which is start workout. So let's see here what else is on this page. We have basically a split of all the exercises we're going to do, and it has videos for each of the exercises. So if I click, for example, here on the air squat, okay, it gives me a panel with a video inside of it showing the exercise. I can change, oh, I thought I could change the weight. I can click history to see every time that I have done this specific exercise. So that's very cool. Notes, start a set, or swap. So let's say, for example, let's go into another one. We have here the bench press. So let's say right now I don't have a bench press with me, but I want to do this workout. I can just come here and click swap and use some other exercise for the same muscle group. So this is actually very cool, because if you're new to training, you don't actually know what's good for each muscle group. You don't have like a deep understanding of these things, and the app just does it for you without making you feel stupid. Like you just want to swap the exercise and they give you a list that you can swap with. So for example, here we're going to do feet elevated push-up, and we're going to swap that. You can see here the icon showing you that you swapped. Okay, interesting. And you can restore the original workout. Let's hit revert. And now it's back to the exercise that it was before. Okay, let's click start workout. See what the UI looks like. Download the workout to avoid loading issues. Okay, in this case, we're gonna skip. Sync with Apple Health. I'm not gonna do it now, but yeah, Ladder basically tracks very well your health and connects with the Apple Watch and connects with also some other gadgets, I believe. But they really go into the whole ecosystem of just health things. If you are serious into training, you have all of this data, you want to use it. I don't know if they connect to Whoop, for example, but I'd imagine that this is something that they would work on. I don't want to track my progress. Continue. Track results. Skip. Oh, and you can also connect with Spotify and Apple Music. So I'm guessing they change the music themselves based on what you're doing. That's pretty cool. I should actually test that. All right. Again, awesome content serving as UI. There's no UI on the screen, just the video. And now here, let's see, they're speaking. I probably need to take it out of mute. Okay, no, nothing. Because of the little icons at the bottom right, I thought that it would be speaking. Let's try tapping. Okay, coach off, coach on. No, I still cannot hear it for some reason. Okay, anyway, so at the top, we have the time that has elapsed. I'm not sure why it is out of sync with a one-on-one. Oh, so the top is total time and then the bottom is counting downwards from when I should have started the squats. We have a tracker for the length of the workout. That seems whoa, okay, what is this? Let's look into it later. We have the exercises. If I tap it, I pause. Oh, and now there's a little tutorial. So I can tap to play. I can swipe to see the previous exercise, and I can swipe to the next exercise, or double tap to replay. Okay, let's just hit play and actually skip section. Yes, continue workout. And if I do this, I skip to the next exercise, and I can just keep
rest. 60.
Whoop, and I can just keep skipping.
Now.
Okay, and here let's see what's at the bottom where you see journal and track results. If I pull it up, very smooth panels, like no lagging whatsoever, no loading whatsoever. Very cool use of just preloading things beforehand. And then here we have basically a log of what we've done. So we can come here and change the time, change the reps, 80 reps, change the weight to kilograms or pounds, basically change everything in our history. Cool, and even from the panel itself, we can go into different exercises and just keep infinitely expanding this. Okay, let's close it. And now pause, exit workout. Exit, no, let's hit save for later because it might come in handy on other places of the app. Oh, cool. So for the workouts, they use basically what is the same UI as video players or music players, where on the top of navigation, you have here the active workout that you can resume at any moment. So right now I tapped resume and it's loading. Okay, there's a lot of loading on this app because there's a lot of video. I guess that makes sense. I'm not gonna wait for the loading though. So I'm just gonna close the app, open it again, see where that lands us. The opening itself is also pretty slow. Like I don't understand what they're loading at this moment. They should just drop me on the home screen and then load stuff there. So I don't actually understand why the loading, the opening of the app needs so much loading. But let's wait it out. Okay, so the app finally opened. So we see here the active workout that we had. And now let's go into a different section. We've seen the workout, let's go into chat, see what that looks like. Oh, you can only access chat by completing the welcome workout. Okay, let's go into Teams then. This top UI feels very out of place. Like something here went wrong. Because it's just a big emoji, a weird outline. The corner radius does not match anything else on the app. Very weird. It almost looks like a banner ad, if I'm being honest. Let's click it. And it's a filter? Wait, what? So it does the same thing as the icon on the top right. Okay, this is very weird. I wonder if it's a test that I just slipped to production. Let's see here, Coach Maya with define. So this is basically a selection of different teams. So let's also press try define. Start seeing the video. The define workouts come on our home screen. And if I go to teams, I still see the full list there. Okay. And now I think that because I changed team, the people that are here at the top are different. Actually, let's try tapping one of these profiles. So let's tap the second profile here and see what the profile usually looks like. Okay, so we have location, we have the team that they're on, so you can see that she's on team define. We have a picture, we can send messages. Okay, so basically any app where you can send messages and people have real photos is a dating app. So this is also a dating app. And we have achievements, workouts, all of these little things that they want you to optimize. I've spoken about badges in multiple videos at this point, but the things that people display on the profiles is the thing the app wants you to optimize for. This is what they're doing here. And we can see the complete history of workouts of this person. Okay, we can see also which workout they did. So for example, here on the 23rd, they did a glow up season of 40 minutes. They have badges that really remind me of the Apple Fitness badges. They clearly took some heavy inspiration from there, let's call it that. But they look very cool, so I'll give them that. Yeah, there's some very heavy inspiration from the Apple Fitness challenges here. And they have the favorites. So let's try opening another profile. See what it looks like. We have Amanda here, no description, and same information for these other people. So let's click here into nutrition. See what their nutrition section looks like. It's also blocked behind the welcome workout. They must have insane churn at this step, because it's one thing to download an app, it's another thing to actually complete a workout. And at this point, they have not even asked me to pay for the app, which I thought they would do before asking me to work out, because basically that would mean that they optimize for revenue before this insane churn that they probably have at this step. Because a lot of people will download the app and not complete the workout for sure. So let's actually try to trigger the paywall. Let's click subscribe now here on the top left. See what this paywall looks like. Okay, very tiny text. It's 140 euros per year or 14 per month. You can see some changes here by changing that. And no video, no fancy things. Let's hit continue to see what happens. It might be just Apple Pay. Okay, so it's just Apple Pay here with my blurred card, and I can go back. Okay, let's go back. I'm not actually gonna subscribe. And let's see if there's a way to skip this home workout. So I'm gonna click resume, skip, don't track, don't track. I don't wanna do any of this, skip. Oh, nice music too. Okay. And basically we're just gonna keep skipping sections until we get to the end and see if that somehow actually unlocks the rest of the app. This is a long workout. Okay, complete workout. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Oh, and you earn a badge by rating. Interesting. So complete workout. We have here the 3D badge. The 3D is not the best, like it does not have the best finishing. We can share proof to Instagram. That's very interesting. We have a weekly streak. Okay, complete 2 more workouts for the weekly streak. And we have all the stats. And my phone has started to run at a very bad speed. Like 5 FPS. What is happening? It's probably because of the 3D, which tells me it's not well optimized. Let's hit continue, exit the screen. Welcome workout. Okay, so basically whenever people complete workouts, they can post pictures and be on this wall. So let's join the wall. I'm actually not gonna allow here. Don't allow and go back. Nope, I'm just gonna close it. Okay, close this thing. Okay, you've unlocked your plan. So now that we have completed the welcome workout, we have a plan. We can click view weekly plan. Nothing is happening. Okay, what is actually happening here? I guess it's just very slow. Let's try closing the app, opening it back up. Okay, performance is definitely an issue. And now the home screen has changed. So instead of having the people at the top, we have our weekdays, we have the free trial indicator, and we have the trainings that we're supposed to do on each of the days. And if we go down, we have different series. Okay, I actually really like this UI just for visualizing things like week 1, week 2, week 3. And we have just different challenges, I guess, for max, reload, shred. If I tap into shred, what happens? Nothing happens. I can just see the stats of the things that I've done. I really like this carousel with the numbers behind it. It's a funky look, but it matches this app. Okay, let's hit chat, because now I should have access to the chat. Okay, trending topics. So if I go, for example, here into equipment, I can hit join now, little emoji of celebration, and these are just people chatting about the equipment on the app. You can see it's organized in threads, so I can go into a specific thread and just see the messages there. All right, so while I was recording the last part, the camera ran out of battery actually, but now we're back. I did something else, and I actually got some messages from Ladder. So this is actually the perfect segue into seeing the chat. I got a DM from Coach. Let's tap that and see what it is. I'm here in the Coach chat, whatever that means. It's loading, which seems to be a theme today. All right, let's go. You crashed your first ladder workout. Now that you got one down, I recommend exploring. Okay, so basically they use the chat as a way to 1, reactivate, 2, educate, and then 3, like guide people through the proper path of the app and get them to the next section. I suppose this is like AI, so I'm just gonna write something here like, thanks for the support. Let's see if that actually gets an answer or not. I don't know whether it's just automated messaging or whether it's AI on the go. Okay, I don't seem to have an answer yet. If I get one, I'll show it. Here on the chat, we have Maximus team chat, ladder updates, and equipment and accessories at the top. These occupy larger real estate than the other chats. This layout is kind of interesting because none of these actually look like chats. They look a bit more like forums or recommendations or lists. But actually, if you tap into them, you'll see that it's just a chat. So you have reactions, you have the name of the people. You can go into profiles from here. Go back. You can react. And you have threads inside the messages. So let's look for a thread here. I've seen one before. Let's go in equipment and exercises. And you can see here a thread. So it works just like Slack or Discord. I think Discord also has these kinds of threads. And there are also pin messages. So it's a pretty complete chat. Like, it's nothing special, but it has all the bells and whistles you would hope from a chat. My hunch is that they're using a third-party system for the chat, something like GetStream or SendBird or any of the options that there are to do this kind of thing, because you get most of these features in the box without having to develop them in-house. All right, let's see where else is good here. If I tap on the plus, what happens? So I'll tap on Seattle Meetup Plus. Oh, that just means I get to join the channel. Okay, no, I don't want to join the Seattle Meetup. Okay, and now we had seen already workouts, we had seen teams. Let's go into nutrition, because we haven't seen nutrition yet. Okay, macro tracking is hard, so we made it easy. No ads, included with membership, and get free nutrition plan. Let's hit that. Let's show you how easy it is. How easy we made it. Okay, allow for microphone. We had a fake pop-up there, I'm not sure if you noticed, but the first system prompt that appeared was actually fake. It was just to leave me to click on the right part of the screen. And now I tap again, and they do speech recognition, so we need to allow that. So here's just a transcription. So for dinner today, I had some vegetable soup and I had some bread with chicken. Let's hit set here. I love the UI of the transcription and the words just coming in. It's very smooth. The vegetable soup with bread and chicken. It auto-generated the calories, the protein. Whoa, it auto-generated everything, and it generated an image of my dinner. This is pretty cool. I did not know that Ladder did this. Okay, your goals and motivations. My primary goal is to gain weight. No, let's go body recomp, then boost daily energy. Portions, a little too much. I'm just curious. Okay, this is gonna be a big questionnaire. Okay, your experience tracking macros. No, I do not track macros. It's for nerds. Quick and flexible. Okay, these are all pretty much always the same layout. I'm more interested in the layouts than on anything else. Select a date here. Centimeters, so they're gonna do a plan based on that. Oh, okay, this UI is interesting. So you get to select your weight either in pounds or in kilograms by sliding here. I think. Interesting. Let's go for 79, male, sedentary. My weight goal, let's go 76, continue, sustainable. So basically they're just getting all the information they need to actually give you a personalized plan, and we're gonna see what that looks like now. Steady progress, lasting results, okay. See the confetti on the background. These animations where things pop up from the middle of the screen with no real page transition are a bit weird to me, but it is what it is. Okay, continue. There's a lot of continue buttons. My hunch is that you could explain these things in a way that seemed more cohesive, that in a way that makes more sense. Because right now it just feels like I'm progressing through something by hitting continue, continue, continue. Of course, I'm not reading too much, but in general, people don't read a lot. Or they could use one of the videos like they use for the intro. They could, for example, auto-generate all of the different possibilities that there are, and then just show you a video for that. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, and now here we have a signature. So this is another example I talked about is when we saw Clash Royale, where if you add a little friction, people give more meaning to things. And so the signature thing is another example of that. For example, Honk used to do this when you accept the terms and conditions, you used to sign it. And here they're doing also the signature. So I'm just gonna do this here. Okay, I am committed. Okay, cool, and now we have a completely different UI. So by adding the nutrition section, you see there's a new section on the bottom navigation. Next to nutrition, there's the plus. I'm guessing that's to add meals. Let's tap the plus. Cool, so the moment you tap on the plus, it's listening to you. So for example, I'm gonna tap here. Click voice. Okay, so I just had a bag of chips. And it has the estimated accuracy. You can see the food cart. Snack. Yes. Single serving. They have their own custom keyboard for some reason here. Like, just use the standard keyboard. Date and log. Okay, very cool. Like, it's exceptionally easy to log a new meal. And you can see here all the logging ways that there are. So when you tap plus, you can go from the barcode, from photo, for search, for text, all different options. And let's take a look here at the nutrition UI, because it is very beautiful. So we have target calories left, protein left. We have the little pie charts showing it. And then we have carbs and fat. At the top, a calendar of all the different days. When we switch between days, we see the beautiful transition on the numbers and on the chart. You can see the chart kind of slides in and out. We have the weight tracker and then the journal. Okay, so this is super interesting. And on top of that, we have the navigation on top that is basically for different things within this section. So to me, the top navigation feels like they had so many things on the app that they did not know where to put, that they just added a secondary navigation. Because for example, weight tracker is on top, but is also above the fold on the page, so it doesn't really need to be there. Settings could just be an icon on the top right. Manage goals, I'm not sure what that would be, maybe below the fold. Recipes and all that. Both in the workout section and in the nutrition section, we have all of these buttons on top that I'm not sure actually fit here. They make the app seem more complex than it is, in my opinion. But again, I'm not a Habit user, so take it with a grain of salt. Going back to the plus here, I think this is really cool because the plus doesn't serve any purpose before you start the nutrition plan. Therefore, they hide it away. So it's a very good example of progressive disclosure and not adding many things on the app when you actually don't need them. So I'm a big fan of what they did here. Even though it's a big element, even though it's on the bottom navigation, they had the courage to just take it away before it's needed. I think we've seen most of the app. We've seen profiles, we've seen chat, we've seen the insides of the workouts. So we're gonna cut it here. So for Ladder, basically we've seen an app that is great at integrating content into the UI. We have seen good progressive disclosure. We have seen what a tutorial can look like in video instead of a bunch of tooltips and pop-ups. We have seen double menus, and we have seen good information visualization and awards for the things you've completed in app. So Ladder, definitely awesome design. Check it out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.